Thank you so much for joining us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Razi and Tariq, both of them co-founders of the union, which is Care of Sahaya Trust. It's a social aggregator platform that works with the youth of the city to diffuse solutions within the local communities. And of course, you guys have been the busy lot over the last so many days. I think the medical system is overwhelmed. We see social media is filled with people asking for help, and at the same time, there are plenty of people who are trying to mobilize as many things as possible. Talk to me about the ground reality at the moment, guys, and what is it that you've been going through from the last few days? Anyone
Yeah.
who feels like taking this
I'll
question?
start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start about the ground realities, Sriram. So it's been 10 days, but this organization has been there for a while now. But when so Tariq and I know each other for, we're childhood friends. So we know each other for a very long time, and we've always wanted to do something for the city. The ground reality right now with COVID, so we've been working on COVID since a year. So it's just that union has come as a banner only recently, but from no wave to first wave to this wave, that's how we say it, because April there was no wave, right? So but we still helped a lot of ration distribution and everything. We saw that a lot the city gets overwhelmed and starts reacting rather than being proactive, and that is the biggest
Mm.
problem we have. Today, when we saw the second wave, 60,000 active cases of COVID, you broke our back last time, correct? And now we are at 2.3 lakh cases, active cases, which is overwhelming to another level, and like today we are, so disappointed that we have to, when we are booking beds, when there are no beds, when we are actually trying to help them out, we are seeing a lot of people die because they haven't got beds. And I'm talking about personal experience. This is not a post that we read on social media and we're talking about. This is our own personal experience. So on an average, our team, which is 300 members strong right now, which we built over the period of last 8 days, we have been seeing close to about 9 to 10 deaths ourselves. Like, we've been seeing on a daily basis. But however, we've been getting about 250 to 300 plus requests a day for beds, and it is overwhelming. Trust me, it is beyond expression and emotion, because we've become numb now. We don't have any emotions left to express, because we really are overwhelmed with the situation. However, the job at hand for us is to bring the youth together, and only if the youth of this city comes together, along with the other, definitely the different organizations and everyone coming together, that is the solution which, we are trying to help, diffuse in the environment today.
Wow. Okay. So, Razi, if you can give me a perspective about what is the current need and how can one who's watching this or hearing this on the radio as well, how can we help and what would be best way to go about it?
So we see today on social media, Sriram, you would notice that a lot of people are sharing numbers, sharing information. It is great. It's great that we're using the power of social media to make this happen. We're using the reach that each person has. However, unorganized relief is what we are seeing today, which is causing biggest problem and clutter. Correct? Yes, the cases are going to go up. The peak is going to be at 3.5 lakh active cases. We've prepared ourselves mentally for that. Okay, we are nowhere close to the peak, but while we reach there, while we want to help people, everyone is running helter skelter trying to help, and they're not at all aligned towards a certain common path, because COVID has a certain trajectory. There's a journey that COVID takes. From pre infection to discharge, these are the only single milestones that you'll be reaching, correct? And we have to align to that. Not everybody should be running towards helping one patient. Like I keep giving this example, since Tariq is a great football player, I keep giving this example saying that in football, if everyone starts running behind the ball, nobody's there to score the goal. Correct? Similarly, we as the city, as the youth or the resources of the city, we need to interlock resources. This is something I've been literally preaching for the last 1 year, and it's become very hard for me or anyone else to really implement this. And we are trying to implement this, in 1% of what we are trying to do. We created this COVID map. Okay, our organization created the COVID map, which was used by various organizations, various philanthropic organizations. So I used to work for an organization over the last 9 months where we did a lot of relief work, where we set up help desks in different hospitals. We've helped over 6,000 patients with that effort in the first wave. Now in the second wave, open sourcing that particular information by involving more people and dovetailing of resources. Unverified information is killing our backs right now. And that is what we need to stop. That is in our control. Creating beds is not in our control. Getting oxygen, getting more supply of oxygen, not in our control. What is in our control is verify information before you send it. And if you really want to help, pick up the phone and help. Don't just share,
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
see.
I think a lot of that is happening where numbers are just being put up on social media when you send a message or when you dial that number. The phone may
Yeah.
be switched off or nobody is even responding. So it's a lost cause if you are just sharing it for the sake of it without even verifying. There is so much of misinformation that's doing the rounds as well. So let's say somebody in the family is affected and is in need of immediate care. Razi, who would one have to reach out to? And would you say the government's emergency numbers that have been laid out there, that would be the best number to call? Or what would be the best way to go about it if somebody within the family has an emergency situation?
So to give you that perspective, I'll give you the general SOP set by the government, okay, and then we'll talk about what we are trying to do to make that better, okay.
Yeah.
Generally, if you are feeling any kind of symptoms, you call 104, okay, 104 or 108 or 1912. These are the three helplines that have been opened by the government, which are doing their best. I wouldn't want to say that they're not. They're doing their best with the whole overwhelming responses. There are certain war room numbers that are out there by the BBMP based on, you need to know which zone you belong to. That is first level of information that you need to have. East zone. So I'm in Indranagar. So after COVID, I realized I'm in East zone. So both of us are from Indranagar. So
Right.
you need to know which zone you belong to. So there are zonal numbers. Now this is the government related stuff. So there are certain organizations out there who put out their helplines. What we've done is we are launching our helpline tonight. It's called Hope. So this number, what we've tried to do is we are trying to aggregate all of these resources, put them under one single number, so that the young generation or the younger population, which is getting hit by the second wave to the maximum, starts calling this number, and our volunteers will guide them through, handhold them through this particular process. That is what we're trying to achieve. It is a very tough task that we've taken up. It's a huge responsibility, we understand, but this is the need of the hour. So while we also use the government missionaries, we use the government, the non-governmental organizations, various organizations, we are trying to put this one number so that people can call us, so we can at least understand where we can help you.
Do you want to share
Yeah.
the number with us? Is it set
So
up?
it is, yeah, it is set up. It is 08047186868. So it's called Hope. So we're naming this helpline Hope because that is what we need right now in the environment. Hope is what is going to bring us out of this situation. So it's 08047186868. So this is going to go live tonight. That is Friday night. And we are trying to achieve a 24-hour service. However, since we're just volunteers that are trying to do our best, we will try to be there as much as possible. We have categorized this into various separate parts. So this helpline has been used by ICN youth, I Change Indranagar youth, for the plasma related requests. And this helpline has been active for the last 10 days, and we've got more than about, say, 500 to 600 calls for plasma alone. And this has gone nationwide, this particular helpline. We are turning this into an all-purpose vehicle for anyone to reach out. So like dial 1 for plasma, dial 2 for bed requirement, dial 3 for oxygen and home isolation, dial 4 for vaccination because a lot of people need help with which center to go to, and dial 5 for any other assistance like pet boarding, for example, food,
Yeah.
ambulance, medicine. All of these things will come under that category. So we've tried to put them under, bifurcate the requests rather than just using, I have COVID, I need help, and everyone's just running. No, we need to segregate the requests, and intensity differs based on age, based on your condition, and all of that thing. So we need to assess that. Yeah.
Wow. All of a sudden, I'm thinking there are so many ways and so many perspectives, so many different ways in which you've gone about tackling the problems. And of course, you've come out with so many solutions. That's more than noble on your part to actually have the union set up and doing so much. And this is not just something that started overnight. You have been at it for the last 1 year. So you've seen the growth pattern, you've seen a trajectory here. And very soon we will be coming over to the vaccination drive for the youth or 18 plus. So I'm guessing your work is cut out for you. and very soon you will start facilitating how youth can be vaccinated.
So particular COVID initiative, because union also works in other areas of social relief, right? So we were the first ones to set up the mass vaccination camp in the city, where we conducted about the first community mass vaccination camp with the BBMP, where we vaccinated about 105 people above the age of 45. Now we're just waiting for a couple of weeks, because recently, this morning we found out that the government has delayed the vaccination by a couple of weeks, but uncertain about when. So I was talking to Tariq this morning, like, bro, we're not getting the vaccine. So that was the conversation we had in the morning. But the idea is to create a lot of community vaccination drives, right? In colleges, in various community centers, various, maybe slums and various places, because, right now we are trying to empower the local RWAs to take up the initiative of testing people, getting them to be negative, and then get them to vaccinate. Since we are the city is at a point where there is a lot of community spread. I'm talking statistically, right? You
Yeah.
don't know who has it, who doesn't have it. So it is important for you to be tested negative for the vaccination. If you're positive and you get vaccinated, then it leads to other kind of problems. Like, you land up, your viral load increases and things like that. So we're trying to empower, educate, and empower the local RWAs, local communities by using the youth as the tool. So here, no matter what we do, the focal point is that we cater as a platform where anybody from any area of the city come become a part of it, take care of your area. So the idea is Indranagar looks after Indranagar, Kormangla looks after Kormangla, and henceforth, correct? So that is the whole initiative that we are trying to take, where do not run to solve problems of electronic city if you're sitting in Indranagar. I mean, if you have help people, no problem, but we need hyper local intervention. That is what we are trying to
Absolutely.
achieve. We're very far away from there, to be very frank with you. But with the initiative that we are taking, we are very close to that. That is, really appreciate the, thing that you've reached out and you've got us here. This will help us in achieving what we want to achieve. That is creating local task force in different places and connecting an interconnected web of the youth that the city can depend upon, using this one number that can help out.
It is quite a dicey situation with the protocol being stay indoors, and still, if one wishes to volunteer, help out, and be part of the union, how can they do so? Should they reach out to you on Instagram, your website, or should they write to you?
So I
So I
think
think,
Tariq, if you can, yeah.
yeah, so we have at the moment, like we put up a link on our Instagram so people can join, like, fill up that form. So, we get basic information of, how much time they have. Like, we really need to see because not everyone has the same amount of free time because people are still working from home.
Yeah.
So once they fill up that form, we put them onto a group. Once they're onto a group, then we segregate them into their interest and the time that they have that they can contribute to each group. So at the moment, people influencers are sharing our post, and we have our Instagram handle, which is the Union Bengaluru, which people can click on and just fill up the form to join our social.
Perfect. There you go. That's one way of helping the entire cause and being part of something bigger, where plenty of youth from the city are getting together to do their best. It's not just sharing a random post that has been put out on social media, but doing it in a very organized manner. That is one go-to. Tariq, anything else that you'd like to chip in with as to what one can do and how we can go about things?
I would say, like, everyone is helping, everyone is staying home, but as much as possible, get vaccinated as soon as possible. If you can get it, please go and get it. Don't see these videos and don't spread unnecessary information because the thing is everyone is scared at this minute. Like, if you see something, you're like, oh no, should I do it? Should I not do it? So, if you can help out, you have numbers, verified numbers, please share it with your loved ones, okay, with organizations which could use this number. At the same time, like, stay home as much as possible because that is the best way to keep the virus away. Because yeah, you do see people outside, but please come out for emergencies or to get the vaccine. If there is anything you need, try. You have various apps, you have everything out there. You just use it rather than going out and getting yourself infected.
Absolutely. The Union Bengaluru, Razi and Tariq, tremendous job, guys. Keep up the good work. And
Thank you,
um,
Sriram.
we still, like you said, we still are long way away from achieving the certain goal. We are still in the middle of a pandemic. It's been over a year, and it has been relentless. The fight is on. The resilience is something that we need to showcase. All of us, we need to follow our protocols and still volunteering, going out of the way to do some great things. Well done. Thank you once again for spending time with us. And we
Thank you,
are
Sriram.
here to support you in every single manner. Reach out to the number Hope that Razi has given out. As part of Project Plasma on Fever 104 FM as well. We will be supporting your cause and putting it out there. Thank you once again, guys, for spending time with
Thank
us.
you. Thanks a lot, Sriram, for this, and Radio One for making this happen. We really, at this point, the support that we get from all corners is what we look forward to. So thank you so much, and definitely looking forward to more from you. Thank you.